This is Yupik. I'm Yupik, Phillip Charette, from the Bethel region in Alaska. Yupik is, they gather together, and that's what this represents. And this is you can see all these different spirits and people that have gathered, and they have different backgrounds, different ways of being. You can see that this is and these are pieces of driftwood, and traditionally we use driftwood in our work, so I really try to incorporate driftwood because it's very cultural, and it's part of the way we did our art a long time ago. So anyhow, I incorporated these driftwood pieces, and you can see that 4 of the pieces are actually a spirit and a person. So this is this person's body, but it's also the spirit coming up, and we refer to these as Yua. It's the spirit of the thing. And so with this particular piece, they gather together. It could be for anyone who likes a gathering place or places where people come together to meet, and they have different ways of thinking, different ways of knowing, doing, being, and it's just a really social thing. And one of the things that I did with this particular piece is you can see the horsehair firing. It's actually a piece of clay pottery, and it's horsehair fired. And part of why I do that with my horsehair fire pieces, for me, what that represents is chaos, because our culture definitely is in chaos through forced assimilation and acculturation. So I put that element in there. All my pieces have this mole on my face incorporated in, and that's my outward signature. And so everything, you can see that this piece has the mole, this piece has the mole, this has the mole, and even these small little yuas have moles. And with this particular piece, you'll also see a lot of dots. And I put dots around this one eye, and essentially, when we put dots on the piece, that represents the stars in the universe. So essentially what this represents is this person's ability to see in the universe, but not only the universe, these represent their family members that have passed on and are no longer with them, but help them to see clearly. So, you know, the way that our family raises us, the way the knowledge that we gain, all that stuff goes to good use to help us have a clear sense of vision. And you can see I put teeth on these, so anytime I put teeth on a piece, that means that they're little shaman helping spirit masks. It's called a Aarnaqua, and they're very powerful. So within this piece, there's some very powerful shaman helping masks, and you can see that, again, the dots on the outside. This actually represents different dimensions in the universe, and the red on the tips of all the feathers, traditionally what we did is we would put red and use blood, sometimes behind the eyes, nose, and mouth of our pieces. This one I didn't do it for a number of reasons, but you can see that there's red on the outside of this, so I've expanded the redness, and this is one of my trademarks. And essentially why I do that is that if I were to use this, and if this piece were used, any thoughts or good things that I wanted sent out through my prayers or whatever, when you put red in something, it creates a spiritual doorway. And traditionally, the way we created those spiritual doorway was using blood, and we mixed blood in with egg yolks, or a number of other, like fish eggs, salmon eggs sometimes, and that would bind the blood in there, and that would create a spiritual doorway. So by putting the red all the way around on this piece, it's like a huge spiritual doorway going through, which is very circular. And then I just have different animals on here. There's one, actually a bird, that's on the back side of this, and these are just other animal yuas, spirits. And the important thing, which I'm glad you can see here, is the shadow. So there's a belief that if our traditional belief that when you see shadows on the sides of your vision, they're actually spirits that are moving through. And so this is actually a physical manifestation of something spiritual. So the real object in this whole piece is actually the shadow, because the shadows are where the spirits are. So this piece actually has a spirit, and the shadow that you see really is the spirit. So it's always best to display this, and that's why this is off the wall. I design all my larger masks to float off the wall so you can see their shadows when they're backlit, and that's the true spirit of the piece.